Hey, what's up, everybody? I am Jay Hollingshed, your personal high performance mindset coach and public speaker. Thank you so much for tuning in. I want to personally invite you to this episode, which is episode 179 of 365. Welcome to my 7 Pillars of Mental Performance series. This is actually day 4 of the week, in which we always discuss pillar number 4. Pillar number 4 is goal setting. Goal setting. Yes, this is goal setting day, goal setting Wednesday. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in already. My brother AJ Arthur Hollingshed, front row seat as usual. Love you, bro. D'Angela Michelle, I see you got in today. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Also, Herbert, who is that? Herbert Henley. Hey, Uncle Herb, what's happening, man? I appreciate you for tuning in as well. All right, if you're watching this on repeat, thank you, and I appreciate you. God bless you. You are my blessing. And also, for those that are watching this on repeat, if you want to watch this in its entirety, go to my YouTube channel. All of my episodes, including the ones before my 7 Pillars of Mental Performance, are on my YouTube channel for your viewing pleasure. So I am asking you to like, subscribe, tag, share the video, be a blessing to someone with the video. It can definitely be a blessing to them as they go through their personal development journey. All right, hey, we got Brian. Oh, Brian Goose. Who was that? Oh yeah, Brian Goosebig. Yeah, Memphis. Brian Wilson. What's up, man? How you doing? I see you, bro. I see you, man. The Orange Mound Lodge number 357 in the house. All right. So let's talk about this goal setting. Today we are going to get into 2 aspects of goal setting. Now, when we talk about goal setting, there are 2 things that we keep in mind. Okay, there are 2 ways of thinking. We have outcome thinking and we have process thinking. Those are the 2 methods of thinking when it comes to goal setting. Now, when you set a goal has a process and a goal has an outcome. Now, a lot of us fail to reach our goals because we spend too much time thinking about the outcome and not the process, or we don't balance our thinking in the 2, and that keeps us off track or throws us off track, and we don't get back on track. We don't know how to properly apply the process thinking versus the outcome thinking. Here we go. Let me give you an example of what the outcome thinking is. Outcome goal thinking is the end result, your desired end result, what you want to happen. And the process thinking aspect of that is what you are going through, the steps you take to reach your desired end result, the steps you take to reach your outcome. Here's an example. Let's say the desired end result is to make a pound cake from scratch and pull it out the oven, and bam, you get that pound cake's making the whole house smell good. Okay, so that's your desired end result, having that pound cake fresh out the oven. So what's that's your outcome goal. Your process goal is actually getting the ingredients, putting the ingredients together at the right time and doing it in the right manner. That's the process you go through to reach your outcome. Your outcome is to have that pound cake. And the process thinking is actually going through the recipe step by step. And that's what the process is. Process thinking in your goals is the steps. That's basically what the process is. The process is the steps you take to reach your end result, your desired end result, which is your outcome. Now, here is where a lot of us make our mistakes. Before I do that, when it comes to the outcome goal, here are a couple of facts, or your outcome thinking for your goals. Your outcome thinking actually keeps you aligned. It's a positive because it keeps you aligned with your desired end result. It's kind of like you say you want to lose 20 pounds. Okay, so you're working toward it, and then all of a sudden somebody in the office, they bring donuts to celebrate their birthday or to celebrate the big achievement that the office has made. You've increased the sales 5%, you've gotten a new client, things like that. And all of a sudden, you kind of nibble on the donut. The nibble was too good, you want a little bit more. Next thing you know, you had about 3 donuts. Not good. So you've been thrown off course. Now, the thing is, you've been eating 3 donuts and you're thinking about, man, I'm supposed to be doing right. So the process, you were working on the process. You were doing good beforehand. You were working out, exercising, and you were eating right. Now you had your 3 donuts. Okay, your process has been kicked to the right. You've been kicked off course about 3 degrees because you had 3 donuts. Now you look up and you see, oh, I'm 3 degrees off course. You look up from the process and you stop your process thinking and you switch to outcome thinking and you think about your outcome goal. You look up and say, oh, I'm headed this direction and now I've been thrown off course, so I want to get back on course. I go back here. My outcome is that way. So I realign myself with my outcome. Now I'm back on track. Now that I'm realigned with my outcome, I go back from outcome thinking to process thinking. Okay? So your outcome thinking keeps you aligned. It keeps you focused on the big picture and your overall goal, your main objective. Now, a negative for the outcome thinking, if you think too much on your outcome thinking, you missed the lesson in the processes. You missed the lessons when taking the steps. You missed the lesson in the individual steps that you take to get to your big picture. Now, your process thinking, like I said, your process is your individual steps. And in those individual steps, each step is a growth lesson. Each step is a growth period. Why do I say that? Because each step has opportunities. It has threats. It has things that can happen in between each step. Like the step you took at work about eating the 3 donuts. That was a threat to your outcome goal. In that step, you made a wrong move in that step. Okay, so you had to auto-correct. But that was an opportunity that was presented in that process, which was that one step. Now, each step contains, like I say, each step contains contains lessons that you must learn to be successful for your next step. It's kind of like having a goal of saying your ABCs, and you want the outcome goal is to get to Z. Of course, you start at A and you want to get to Z. Well, the process, you got 26 processes, you got 26 steps. So you take a step at each step leads you to another step. But you can't jump from A to X without learning the process or learning the steps between. You got to learn your steps. Now, in closing, let me give you a story that happened to me. Just recently at my daughter's graduation party. Actually, I was planning for it, and so I wanted a nice tulip bed, a bed of tulips to pop up in the spring, right? So this past fall, I cultivated my garden. Let me back up, I'm going too fast. Now, what I did, I set the goal of having a tulip bed. Different colors, yellow, red, pink, whatever the colors are. I got 50 bulbs that I wanted to pop up and have a nice bed of tulips, right, for the spring. And they will be there, for my daughter's graduation party. Now, here I am thinking about that, right? My mind is so focused on the outcome that I actually skip a step or two because I'm too focused on the outcome and not the process that I have to go through to reach my outcome. In my mind, I'm thinking about, man, those tulips gonna be the bomb. As you come around the corner, all you see is those colors, boom. Yard of the month or whatever they may bring, who knows? So I'm thinking about that right now. I go through the steps of cultivating my garden in the fall. Cultivating my soil in the fall. I plant, my bulbs. I go in about 6 inches deep. I plant my bulbs in a teardrop shape and all that, the whole nine. I get them the way they're supposed to be. And I do my weed block. I got my lava rock and everything down, covering up is real nice, right? All along, I know where I live at, there are wild rabbits, okay? Some big jokers too, man. I got some wild rabbits around here. Some wild deer that run around everywhere. So, and I know this, right? But I'm so focused on my outcome goal of seeing those tulips pop up, So that's all I'm thinking about. I'm not thinking about protecting the step of protecting my tulips as they come up, as they sprout up. I didn't think about the process, or I skipped the process of protecting them from the wild rabbits who love to sit there and nibble on flowers. So here I am. I'm going out there. I'm doing my thing. I got the Miracle Grow. I'm thinking, Mr. Green Thumb. I'm watering and everything. Got my flower bed going good. I'm watering. All of a sudden, boop, 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 boop. I see some green coming. I'm like, oh yeah, here I am. I'm going. It's about time. It's about to happen. It's about to go down. Man, I leave for the weekend. Come back home. Well, before I leave, I'm like, man, it popped up about 3 or 4 inches out the ground. Thick green stems, beautiful leaves starting to pop up. I'm like, okay, cool, that'll work. I got this. It's about to go down. It's about to happen. Where's my mind? On the outcome goal. I'm outcome thinking right now. I'm not thinking about the process. I'm jumping out of the process to the outcome thinking instead of process thinking for my goal of my tulip bed. So I skipped the next step of protecting my tulips. So I leave town with my mind on my outcome goal, on outcome thinking. I come back. Where am I? I got 3 or 4 inches of tulips that have popped up, right? Man, the rabbits came and ate them down to the nub. Ate them down to the ground. So all I saw was little bitty where they chewed on them, right? So, and what really ticked me off about this thing, rabbits chewed up, and it was just like little rabbit. They ate, and then they did the business right there. So I'm like, what's up with all this? Made me mad. But I could only be mad at myself because I was too busy focused on outcome thinking instead of process thinking. And if I was focused on process thinking, I would have gone the next step in putting up my little fence that's going to keep the rabbits from eating my tulips. So I skipped that step in the process. I didn't learn that lesson, so I had to go back. The same thing about your outcome goals and your process, your outcome thinking and your process thinking for your goal setting. You have to stay in your process thinking, and every now and then you look up, you check up to see how far you may have strayed off course. Look back at your outcome goal and say, cool, I am aligned. Let me get back to my process, get back down in it, and keep going so until I become, the person I want to be, or until I reach my goal. So that's my lesson for today in goal setting. This is episode 179 of 365. Thank you so much for tuning in, all my people. John Griggs, I see you tuning in. Karan Butler, George Clay. Who else tuned in? Jay Baker. Oh, wow. Oh, everybody's tuning in. So I appreciate you all for tuning in. I love you for it. Be well, stay blessed, and as you stay on your focus, you stay focused on your process goals and your outcome goals. Be sure that you're making an effort and not an excuse. At the end of the day, you will either make an effort or an excuse. Make the effort. Be well, stay blessed, and as always, through love, be a blessing. God bless.